Ever wonder what the triplicities are and what the elements in astrology mean? Fire, earth, air, water. In this video, we're going to talk about all those things and how they affect you. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Omar, the creator of blackastrology.com. And in today's video, we're talking about the triplicities. The triplicities are the astrological signs broken into 4 different categories, which puts 3 signs in each of those categories, hence the word triplicity. Essentially what we're talking about are the elements of the zodiac sign. Fire, earth, air, and water. Or some people may know them as
earth, fire, wind, water, by your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Go Planet!
I wonder what that heart guy ever really did. He would just seem like he was there for no reason. I mean, really? He's the one that's going to convince everyone to stop polluting the planet? So, like that big green superhero guy, the triplicities are essentially the 4 breakdowns of the elements of astrology. And the first element we're going to talk about is fire. The fire signs represent inspiration. They're the energetic signs of the zodiac, spontaneous, combustible, quick-tempered, the spark. And what they really are the signs that get things started, that get things going. The first fire sign that we're talking about is Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and the most fiery fire sign. Aries is the originator, the untamed fire of the zodiac. You can imagine what a burning forest would look like. It's uncontrolled, it's hot-tempered, it starts everything off with this intense explosion of energy. The fire of that emotion, of that anger, that warrior energy comes and goes as a flash in the pan. The next sign is Leo. Leo represents the fire of the heart, courage. It's the sign that it rules our ambition. It rules our ego and that drive and will to move forward. And it's really that fire or that energy that gives us the desire to be ambitious and to reach our goals. And the third fire sign, Sagittarius, is the fire of wisdom. It's essentially the sage of the zodiac. That fire of wisdom and understanding is our inspiration. It represents the fire of the philosopher's stone. Essentially what we're looking for is something beyond us to draw inspiration and to see the bigger picture in all of this. The fire signs represent an evolution of inspiration. When we think about Aries being the initial spark, that initial inspiration, Leo carrying the torch with the fire of courage, and Sagittarius pulling it all together to the big picture as the fire of the philosopher's stone. It's an inspired sort of trajectory that's happening here. Next, what we'll talk about are the earth signs. The earth signs represent a practicality of the zodiac. Earth signs rule the material plane, the third dimension, if you will. All the things that you can pretty much see, feel, and touch. The first earth sign is the most earthy earth sign, Taurus. Taurus rules material possessions. It rules value. It rules anything that we can place earthly worth on our physical possessions. Taurus, like the earth and the growth from the earth, is slow moving and patient. Essentially, all these earth signs rule patience in some way or another. The second earth sign is Virgo. Virgo rules practicality, pragmatism. Virgo is that earth sign with a love for analyzing, taking things apart, and seeing how they work. Virgo is that earth sign that rules the analysis of the physical realm. And the third earth sign, Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign that is the practical idealist. And what that means is Capricorn rules all of the things that we strive to accomplish, taking those ideas that we put on paper and making them real. So overall, practicality is the word for earth signs. Taking something that is not quite tangible and making it tangible. The third element is air, which is the element that rules the mental plane. It rules all of the things associated with thought and ideas and anything sort of regarding communication and the gathering of knowledge. The first air sign is Gemini. the airiest of the air signs. Gemini is associated with thoughts and the conscious mind, pretty much anything ruling over the thoughts of the individual. And with Gemini, those thoughts are pretty scattered and can be quite transient. The second air sign is Libra. Libra is the air sign that rules our judgment and our ability to take our thoughts and gauge them against each other to create balance. And Libra gives us that ability to find a compromise with those thoughts that we have and find compromise between the thoughts of other individuals. And the third air sign is Aquarius, the thoughts of the inspired mind, the thoughts of the inspired individual. And with Aquarius, you'll realize that a lot of these thoughts are somewhat close to inspiration. Some of the more admired minds in our past, a lot of these individuals have a very strong Aquarian influence where they're always forward thinking. And Aquarius is the sign, the air sign that rules future thought, future innovation. The Aquarius always focuses on the forward motion of specific ideas. And although the Aquarius is an individualist, a lot of their ideas are better formulated in groups or organizations to help compile a lot of these thoughts to make them into something that can be tangible. You can essentially look at the air signs as an evolution of thought. Gemini is the thoughts of the individual, or Libra being thoughts of others, and Aquarius being thoughts of the organization or the group. And the last element is water. The water signs are the signs that rule the emotional plane, the emotional realm, and how we interact with our emotions in general. And like water, emotions can be turbulent, unstable, ebbing and flowing. They're like mood swings. And the first water sign is Cancer, which rules the maternal nature within all of us and how we feel about the home or our families. The second water sign is Scorpio. Scorpio rules the emotional connection that we have to things that are somewhat hidden, or an emotional connection to a mystery that we may have in our lives, or a yearning to find. And the third water sign is Pisces. Pisces is the sign that rules that emotional yearning to an ideal, an emotional yearning to something that isn't quite real, but it might be something that we want to achieve in some way. The emotions of Pisces is not rooted in reality. It's a dreamlike state that we find ourselves in, yearning to make that dream into what is in front of us. The elements in astrology are extremely necessary to understanding our nature. When you look in your chart, what you want to do is see how many planets you have in fire signs, how many are in earth, air, and water. What we're looking for is balance. If someone's chart has a lot of fire signs, what that might mean is that that person is impulsive, likely to act without too much thought. They just do. And if someone has too many planets in earth signs, this person might be a bit obstinate, stuck in their ways, or slow to react. If someone has too many air signs, they're likely to spend too much time thinking about what they're going to do and not actually doing it. And of course, with water signs, the person may be overly emotional and not necessarily rooted in reality. They may be too much of a dreamer. So take a look at your chart, find out where the balance could be and how you react to certain situations based on your elemental distribution. And thinking about the elements is very useful when we talk about how we interact with other people. You have a person who's a fire sign with a person who's an air sign. That collaboration can be very fruitful. Think about adding air to a fire that's existing. It burns hotter, it flares up, it could be more useful. Think about when an earth sign and a water sign get together. You're taking the practicality and the pragmatism of an earth sign and merging it with the ideal water sign. It's like putting water on the soil and watching it grow. So when you think about the elements, think about the relationships between the elements and how they're useful with other people. Let me know what your distribution is like. Are you more fire? Are you more air? Are you more water? How does that work for you? Or maybe you can guess what element my sun sign is in. I'd love to hear your guesses in the comments below too. And if you found this information informative, Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more coming.